Hi everyone, welcome back to English with Max. Yes guys, this is Max. Today I am not uploading a video, but I do have some listening practice for you. There will be a new video on Sunday. I filmed it, I just need to finish editing it. Like with all my videos, there are subtitles available. These are subtitles that I have edited and corrected. They're not the automatically generated ones, which don't include punctuation and can be a little dodgy. Anyway, you can turn those on by clicking the CC button. Oh, you might not know the word dodgy. Dodgy it's a nice word. It's quite a flexible word that can be used in a variety of contexts. It can mean unreliable or dishonest. For example, the dodgy second-hand car salesman. It can also mean potentially dangerous, like don't use that second-hand car, it's a bit dodgy. And it can also mean low quality. It's a colloquial word though, so don't use it in your academic essays, okay? It's obviously your choice whether you use subtitles or not. My suggestion is that you first listen to this without subtitles and then with the subtitles to see if you understood everything correctly. But like I said, that's your choice and it will depend on your level as well. The reason why I'm recording this listening practice is because I would really love to make more videos, but unfortunately I don't have the time at the moment. And recording a piece of audio is a lot easier and faster than making a video. In addition, I know that there isn't a lot of interesting listening practice material available for people with an intermediate to low advanced level, so that is what I'm going to try and make. When I have to talk about something, I prefer to choose topics that are a little bit funny, topics that have a humorous aspect to them, because I think there are enough serious and depressing events happening in the world. I'll also try to explain some words and expressions along the way, at least the ones that I think a lot of foreigners don't know. I am still making videos. If everything goes to plan, I will upload a video every Sunday and a listening exercise every Wednesday. Okay? But I think that's long enough for an introduction. Let's now turn to today's topic. Today I'm going to talk to you about something called Soylent. Now, if you haven't heard the word Soylent before, don't worry, because it's not technically a word. I mean, you're not going to find it in a dictionary. It's actually the name of a product that was invented in 2013, but has been on the market, which means it's been available for sale since 2014. So it's relatively new. So what is it exactly? Well, it's basically something that you drink. Initially, it was only available in powdered form. It's a powder that you mix with water and that creates something like a milkshake. It's thick, milky, and nearly odorless. Odorless means it has no smell. Odor, just so you know, is another word for the noun smell. Nowadays, you can buy Soylent already in liquid form if you want, and it also comes in different flavors such as cacao, coffee, and vanilla. Soylent was designed as a meal replacement. Apparently, it has all the vitamins and minerals that you need, and one serving contains 400 calories. It was invented not by a nutritionist or a biologist, but by an American software developer named Rob Reinhardt when he was 25 years old. Initially, he did his own research and tested the product on himself, as you do, although since then there has been quite a lot of investment and different testing. Basically, the guy didn't like eating, or at least he thought it was a waste of time. He thought that cooking and grocery shopping was a bother, a nuisance or a pain, in other words, and he preferred the idea of just mixing some powder with water. So even though you drink it, it would be more appropriate to call it food. Although that sounds a bit strange to me because I tend to get excited about food and I can't imagine getting excited about a glass of Soylent. Maybe I need to try it before I make up my mind. To make up your mind means to form an opinion. But yeah, I can't say it's something that would really appeal to me. On the other hand, the creators of it say that there are many benefits for the planet. For example, because it's made of plants, it requires less water and produces less CO2 than livestock. Livestock, in case you don't know that word, is a collective noun for animals that are raised on a farm, like chickens, pigs, and cows. There's also less food waste because you can keep it for a year before you consume it, and it doesn't require refrigeration. There have also been claims that Soylent could help solve problems of malnutrition in poor regions or be used as food in disaster areas. For example, in an area that has been destroyed by a flood or an earthquake. However, it has attracted some criticism. Obviously, people have pointed to the fact that you lose many of the pleasures of eating and sharing food. In addition, some doctors are a little skeptical because so far there haven't been any long-term studies, so it's not clear what will happen to your health in the long term if you only consume Soylent and no other food. There have also been a few product recalls. A product recall is when a company realizes there's something wrong with a product and asks for all of that product to be returned to the company. For example, some Soylent products were apparently causing gastrointestinal problems in some consumers. That is, problems in the stomach and intestines. And these products were recalled in October 2016. A few months later, after the products had been reformulated, so changed in other words, they were released back onto the market. Some people have also said that Soylent isn't actually that novel. So it's not that new or unique, in other words. It's very similar to Slim Fast products, which are American weight loss products. And similar medical food products have also been available for a long time. What I find quite funny in all of this is the name Soylent. Rob Reinhardt didn't coin the word, which means he didn't invent the word. The word comes from a book published in 1966, which was then made into a 1973 movie called Soylent Green. The film stars Charlton Heston and takes place in 2022 in a dystopian future. The world is polluted and overpopulated. Many resources have been depleted, so finished, in other words. And the weather is very humid all year round due to the greenhouse effect. Most people no longer eat real food. They eat special processed food products, and the main company that makes these products is called the Soylent Corporation. Soylent Green is their newest product, and it basically looks like a type of green biscuit. Now, the company says that it is made out of high energy plankton. There's a good chance you don't know the word plankton. It's a word that all native speakers know, but it's not really a word that we use every day. Plankton is very small plants and animals that float on the surface of the sea. It's quite common for whales to eat plankton. Anyway, later on in the movie, some investigators discover that there is, in fact, no more plankton left in the sea. So, the big question now is, what is Soylent Green made of? At the end of the movie, it is discovered that the Soylent Corporation has actually been using human corpses to produce Soylent Green. Yes, that's right. They've been using dead bodies to make it. Now, back to real life. I'm sure there are no dead bodies in Soylent products, but I do find the name somewhat interesting. Something I wondered was whether Rob Reinhardt was trying to say something about the state of the world with this choice of name, or does he just have an original sense of humor? And something I've also wondered is, if people know the origin of the name, will they have a greater or lesser desire to try this new creation? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you actually tried Soylent? Would you like to try it? Do you like the concept? And what do you think of the name? Also, please tell me what you think of me doing listening practices like this. I would like to know what you think. And of course, if you like this, please click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.